on YouTube and Facebook. We are live today. So once again, we are going to go over some sports headlines. Also, tonight we'll have the high school football show around 7 o'clock. You can chat via Facebook or YouTube. You can send your scores and updates through those chat rooms. We won't be able to get you on Streamlab, but you can send those scores to Facebook and YouTube. We'll be watching that stream. So let's go ahead and switch this camera over and make sure we're on live. There we are, live. We are live now. We all live. Put this on. Here we go. Okay, once again, thanks for joining us. We are live. We have the feeds up, so if you want to come in through Facebook and join us, you can go through there. We'll monitor it every time. So let's go ahead and go over some sports headlines here for this afternoon. Sports headlines. Okay, I'm going to go through let's go through those sports headlines. Okay, Warriors aggressively investigating leak of a practice scuttle video. So that's what they're talking about on ESPN. Adrian Wojnarowski reported it. It was GM and Draymond Green apologized for an altercation with Jordan Poole. So that was what happened in that incident that happened.
Their practice facility, and they're trying to figure out where it came from and how it got out, whether that was somebody internally or whether that was somebody, listen, there are different people who sometimes have access to a practice, and so they're trying to figure out how that got out. And obviously, you would imagine if it is somebody internally in that organization, there would be severe repercussions. It is not always easy, though, to find the root of a leak like that. Okay,
let's say this. Look, that leak, that should have never, and I mean never, got out. I mean, look, you got a lot of people out there with video cameras and cell phone cameras and stuff like that. They will be they will be taping that stuff, and they got to be more careful giving out those videos to people, because the truth of the matter is, look, when you have videos put out, it goes on the internet and it stays on there forever. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay on there forever. So I say this, Golden State Warriors need to do something about it. They need to find the culprit and ban them. If whoever done it, they need to be banned from the practices. And so once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com and switch this camera back around. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, England wins 2-1 in their game. That's in the women's soccer team lost their match to England 2-1. So that was in today's game. So 2-1 was your final. Okay, the wild card game right now, it is 4-0 Mariners on top of Toronto. That game is going on as we speak. Okay, Dolphins says Tua Tabola is not traveling quite on Tyreek Hill. That's what they're saying. So let's hear what they had to say. The Sports Center Group.
NFL and NFLPA concussion protocols. And those decisions spurred a joint investigation into the process that allowed Tua to return to play. What can you tell us about that investigation and where it currently stands?
Well, Stefania, it's still a very active review, and it's important to note that these are reviews that we conduct normally several times each season. Anytime that there's questions or concerns raised about the concussion protocol and how it was applied, then the league and the union, our medical officials, get together and we go back and review these situations. And that's really not unlike something that we do in clinical medicine. You know, I'm a surgeon as well, and in the hospital, whenever we have outcomes that are different than maybe what was expected or see something that people raise concerns about, we go through and review those cases. And you do that in the spirit of looking back and examining exactly what was done, how the decisions were made, and also looking for ways that can be improved upon. So we're in the midst of doing that together with the union. We've conducted interviews with a number of individuals. We always speak to the team doctors, the independent doctors, the player themselves. And as soon as we wrap that up, we've stated that we will come forward publicly and let everyone know exactly what we found and what our insight was from that situation.
Now, Tagovailoa was checked each day for concussion symptoms leading up to Thursday's game in Cincinnati, and he was cleared to play. In that game, he took another hard hit and was ultimately diagnosed with a concussion. As a neurosurgeon, can you explain what Tua will need to demonstrate to prove that he's recovered from this latest injury?
Well, anytime anyone's diagnosed with a concussion, per our protocol, they have to go through a number of steps to be cleared to return to play. First of all, they have to return back to their baseline in terms of symptoms. They then go through a progression of activity to see if increasing activities provoke symptoms. They have to go through neuropsychological testing with a team neuropsychology consultant. That testing is compared back to the baseline testing that they've done.
Okay, Jose Ramirez, his two-run homer, sends the Guardians past the Royals. This is the home run that happened in the sixth inning of that game, Cleveland and Tampa Bay. So that was earlier today. Wild card games are going on as we speak. So that's... So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. Also, let's see what else we have. Okay, hurt Broncos Garrett Bowlers and cornerback Ron Derby out for the year. So they will not be playing no more. So that's unfortunate for those two individuals to have significant injuries, but it is what it is. So once again, this is from ESPN. Okay, Kansas announced plans for over $3 million in football upgrades. So that's what they're discussing right there. So they'll have plans to upgrade their football program, stuff like that. So that is So once again, this is from ESPN. So they will get so this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. Also, okay, Aaron Rodgers ready for Packers to start airing it out. So it looks like that's probably going to happen sooner rather than later, because I think, like I said, Aaron Rodgers is a pocket quarterback, so I think it would be good for them to start airing the ball out in Renaissance. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. Also, let's see what else we have. Okay, NASCAR teams claim series has broken economy model. That's what they're discussing here on this article. So that's what they're discussing. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. Okay, what else we have? Okay, scoreboard update. Mariners on top in the 7th, 4-0. Also, the Guardians lose 2-1. Padres and Mets at 7 o'clock tonight. That'll be game 1 of the wild card. Okay, perfect. Okay, NFL Week 5 schedules, odds and injuries and stats and more. So this is the Week 5 edition. Okay, Giants and Packers will be playing at 8:30 Sunday morning. Point spread is 8 for the Green Bay Packers. So looks like Green Bay Packers will be favored in that game. Also, the Falcons taking on the Buccaneers. That'll be at noon on Fox. Also, Steelers and Bills will be at 12 noon. So they're favored by 14 points to defeat the Steelers. Also, okay, Vikings and Bears. That will begin at 12 noon. Also, the Vikings are favored in that game. They're 3-1. Also, Dolphins taking on the Jets. That'll be at noon on CBS. Dolphins are favored in that game. Also, Chargers and Browns. That will be Chargers are favored in that game as well. Also, Saints versus Seahawks. That'll be Sunday at noon. Saints are favored by 5 to win, but that might be a bounce back win for the Saints. Also, Titans and Commanders, that will be at noon as well. So also Jaguars and Texans, that will be at noon as well. Also at 3:05, 49ers and Panthers, that'll be at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock Central. Also, in the 3:25 window, you have Philly and Arizona. Philly is favored to win in that game as well. Also, Cowboys and Rams. Rams are favored in that game as well. Also, Ravens and Bengals. Bengals are not favored in that game. Also, you got Monday Night Football. You got Chiefs and Raiders. That game is going to be the favorite. It's going to be Kansas City. So once again, this is from ESPN. Okay. Also, Brett Favre's investment in Mississippi welfare, involvement, excuse me, draws a lot of outrage and criticism that from Anthony Alavier, if I'm saying his name right. So, so I'll be honest with you. Let me say this about Brett Favre. Look, Brett Favre should have never, and I mean never, used the welfare funds to fund the volleyball court. I mean, college volleyball. Look, you got to be kidding me. If you're going to take from people who need that welfare just to give your pleasure, I don't think so. I don't have any respect for Brett Favre anymore. I lost all respect for him. I mean, look, sure, he's a Ballot Hall of Fame, but I think he's a joke. To be honest with you, I think he's an absolute joke by doing this to people. Taking welfare money just to go fund a volleyball court. Look, there's a thing called boosters. Let them fund that volleyball court. And also let them fund that football stadium. Brett Favre should have had no business using the money to do that. So, I mean, like I said, you got these rich football players that think they can do anything they want. Well, guess what? The whole world will be watching him, and he disgraced the integrity of the NFL and his fans that supported him. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. Flip my camera. Okay, what else we have? Okay, okay, once again, these Shriners Children's Open, M. Pereira leading 10 under par, Kim 10 under par, Tim 10 under par, Kim, T. Kim in the broadcast. Let me know. Make sure we are, like I said, we're online. But this connection, I don't know why we're having these surmountable connection problems. To those sports headlines. So once again, we'll go back to more sports. So once again, we'll go back to more sports on the screen. Okay, once again, college football week 6. Okay, college football week 6. Week 6 has the biggest games, the fastest team. You'll have Kansas and TCU. That'll be on Fox Sports 1 this weekend. Also, Utah and UCLA at 3:30, 2:30 Central. Also, can Tennessee end their drought? I'm pretty sure they might end their drought, Tennessee. So LSU taking on, we will have that game for you here on YouTube this weekend. So we will be on YouTube, not Facebook. Also, Oklahoma and Texas playing in the Red River Shootout. That's at 11 o'clock. Also, you got Texas A&M and Alabama. That'll be at 8 p.m. on CBS Sports. That'll be the primetime game of the night. Also, Georgia Southern taking on Georgia State. That'll be on ESPN3. Also, Auburn taking on Georgia. That'll be 2:30. And also, Virginia Tech taking on Pitt at 2:30. USC taking on Washington State. Also, Oregon taking on Arizona. That's going to be on the Pac-12 network. So that's all your games for this weekend. Also, Saturday game, Mississippi State taking on Arkansas. Also, let's see, another one, they got Maryland taking on Purdue. That is in the games this weekend. So let me see if I can keep this screen. I don't know if we can put this screen. I don't know if we can do it like this. We'll do it like this if we have to. Okay, so once again, this is from ESPN. Also, Florida taking on Missouri. That'll be at noon, 11 o'clock. Also, Ohio State taking on Michigan State. And also, Texas Tech taking on Oklahoma State in their game. Saturday evening games, we're looking at them. Okay, Notre Dame taking on BYU. Florida State taking on North Carolina State. Somebody's calling. We're gonna decline this. Okay, sorry about that, folks. We had a call, but we are back on live. Also, let's see. Let's scroll it down. Okay, Stanford taking on Oregon State. That is 11 o'clock games. Small colleges showcase. Delaware taking on William and Mary. Northeast Missouri State taking on Pittsburgh State. Also, West Florida. Okay, once again, I apologize. Sorry, folks. My connection's starting to reconnect again and again and again. I apologize for that. So, okay. Laps fans guide to season. So the NHL season will be getting underway in a couple of weeks. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. Okay, we will go over to Crescent City Sports. Okay, Crescent City Sports. Okay, the injury report. Winston doubtful, Thomas out for the game against the Seahawks. So this is your injury report. I'm going to pull it over so you can see it a little bit more better. So I'm going to scroll, because I know it's in landscape, so I'm going to go ahead and put it up so you can see it on. So this is your injury reports that we're showing you right here. So once again, this is from Crescent City Sports. Go to CrescentCitySports.com. That's CrescentCitySports.com. Okay, Ken Trahan, please follow him at CrescentCitySports.com. Okay, De La Salle's PJ Martin runs away with the New Orleans Athlete of the Month. So he's with De La Salle High School. So congratulations to that young man. Also, ones in the running was Elijah Davis, Arch Manning, Cedric Van Peer, also Kennedy Wade. So once again, this is from Crescent City Sports. Go to CrescentCitySports.com. So I'm going to keep this. I'm going to hold this because I know it's landscaping. Okay, highlights from the Pelicans game last the other day. So they're playing tonight. So in the last game. Okay, we just okay, Saints don't face must win, but a win against Seattle would help. So that's what they're discussing here on this so once again, this is from Crescent City Sports. Go to CrescentCitySports.com. That's CrescentCitySports.com. Okay, LSU SEC baseball schedule is revealed. So it looks like we got. So LSU will play. They'll have all 14 games. So these are your schedules right here. This is the LSU baseball schedule, 2023 season. So they're playing Southeastern this year. They're playing Northwestern State. They're also playing ULL, Nichols, Grambling. So the first game will be on February 17th. They will take on Western Michigan, and the Sunday they will take on Tuesday will take on Southern. They will take on Kansas State, Iowa, also Sam Houston. So once again, this is from Quest City Sports. Bill Franquez is the writer. So once again, this is from Quest City Sports. Let's go over some Twitters. Let's go over some Twitters for a few. Okay, let's get this in. Okay, Green Wave women's tennis team, the first ever varsity team since 1972-75, paved the way for winning. So that's the first coach in Tulane tennis. Also, the Tulane game will be back on ESPN that will be the East Carolina game. That will be on ESPNU this weekend. So ESPNU will be the TV spot for the Green Wave. So it looks like volleyball is playing as well. Gavin Guidry wanted to be on the fun. Also, let's see what else we have. Okay, Dragons and Gators. This is from Ken Corville. Also, Tulane baseball getting their fall practice going. So Tulane baseball. Also, Tulane volleyball going on at the Fogelman Arena. Okay, let's see what else we have for you. Okay, Michael Barco says, heard that the Patriots are considering signing Cam Newton and Brian Hoyer. So that is from Michael Barco Jr. Follow him. Also, okay, game day, they will take on, so North Shore's playing tonight against Fontainebleau. Also, 6 minutes ago, this is against South Florida. So let's see what else we have. Okay, this okay. Okay, that's from let's see what else we have before we wrap it up. Okay, Mangum defeated Badalia last night, 52-6. Also, Southern in the Rattler Invitational. So that's see what else we have for you. Okay, looks like we covered most of the sports for you. Okay, let me switch my cameras out. Okay, once again, thanks for joining us for this edition of Sports Talk. We will be back on around 7 p.m. for the high school football show that we will be on from 7 to 10 tonight. You can go into YouTube and Twitter, YouTube and Facebook, to chat. We won't be able to get you on. Okay, sorry about that. We had to wait a few minutes for this reconnect, so apologize. Once again, everybody have a good rest of your Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and we'll see you in about 2 hours for high school football show.